Okay, I'm at the intersection of Highway 13 and Champions Way. That's going to be Daphne High School back behind me. I believe it was built in the 1990s, and it's a pretty good school. And so this 13 will go all the way to Highway 90 to the right, or heading north, and all the way to Fairhope heading south. So this is another good way to get back and forth between Fairhope and Lake Forest. It's 2-lane all the way, but that's just another way to do it. And sometimes it's not as crowded either. It does have a gas station there, and there's a little strip mall, and also a Dollar General back that other way pretty shortly past that. And so this is the east entrance we're facing up there to Lake Forest. Like I said, there's 5 exits and entrances to this neighborhood, but this is the only one that's on the east side of it. Got a car wash. I think that's also repair too. I think that guy will actually come to your house and fix your car. It's got a fire station up here as well, so you got fire service really close. So if you looked at the other episodes I had, you know, I go over the other entrances and exits. Like, this is one large neighborhood. I would say that more than half the homes in here are built from the 70s and 80s, and maybe some 90s, but most of them probably 70s and 80s. And like I said, a lot of these houses do come out on the main roads that go through this neighborhood. And we still have some of the golf course back on this side as well, with cart crossings. A lot of these streets that run to the right are going to be left as well. We're going to be down to just cul-de-sacs. What I'm doing is I'm heading back toward the north entrance. And so if you ever want to go yard selling, even if you don't live in Lake Forest, you're certainly going to find them in here on the weekend. They also have community-wide yard sales as well, if you're a yard seller. Got sidewalks in parts of this. A lot of the sidewalks run into Michigan too, I think, on the other side. Got some golfers out here. Always try to slow down for these. And so there again, I don't know if you watched the other episodes I have on this, you know, that's something I would take in consideration, you know, buying a home, is around these blind curves and over hills. You know, pulling out of your driveway might be a little bit of a hazardous task. And I think what I would do, I would evaluate whether or not a circular driveway could be put into that to where you could at least come out front end facing first. Now some of these roads actually go a pretty good ways back as well, make these large loops. So you can see that if you lived on the east side of this, it wouldn't make much sense to come out, you know, on the north side exit, because look how windy these roads are. At least you got a straight cut through with Highway 13 back there. And not only that, if everybody's leaving to work at the same time, you know, some of these roads can get backed up with traffic leaving out. So that's, like I've said all along, you know, the most important thing I think that you should evaluate is the traffic patterns in any neighborhood you're planning on moving into. I mean, to me, it'd have to be more about the deal of the house or how nice the house is. You really want to take your time when you're out house shopping. Don't get in any rush to do this, because it's a lot of money you're going to have to be paying for one. And once you get into it, you know, it might be even harder to get out. And right now it's kind of hard to even find a house anyway. And I've also said, I've actually got a really good episode of what to expect when you to move to this area in general. And I really encourage you to look at that video, because it'll kind of give you some tips of what to look out for. You know, really, I think if I was moving down here, I would probably either rent, or I'd probably even entertain getting a motorhome or a travel trailer and living in it so I could really take my time and find the right house for me. A lot of these houses are different. Some of them are quite the same. And they're also different sizes too. I mean, you can have a house from anywhere from 1,200 square feet to over 3,000. You can see some water in some areas. There's actually natural springs that actually come out of some of these hills. And so we're about to make it there, I think. And we did. Okay, when I take a right here, I'll be coming out to the north entrance. If I was to go left, that would take me to the exits to the west part of this neighborhood. And so here we are. We're heading back out to the north side of this thing. And there's the head of the lake. And I think I passed an estate sale here earlier, but I think it's too late for me to go to it. It's down that road there. I just have to come back and hit that another time. Anyway, I think this is going to conclude my tour of Lake Forest. There's certainly more to know about this neighborhood than what I put in these videos. I figured you might want to just see what it's like just to ride through this area and kind of get an idea of what the houses look like in all parts of this neighborhood. But there again, you're going to find the widest variety of houses in this neighborhood. I don't think you can go anywhere else and find a bigger variety. And so if you're looking to move to this area, this is actually pretty convenient to I-10 and everything else. And it's got several pools, and it's got the golf course. So if you play golf, that's here for you. And so that's something to consider as well. So, you know, thanks for taking the time to watch this. And I'm back at Highway 90. And I'm fixing to turn left on this and head back toward I-10. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care.